We're ready whenever you are.
All right. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Good.
My name is Doug Johnston. I'm going to talk to you today about safety, working safety actually. Everybody's got their impression of safety, and it's really kind of one of the most boring topics you could probably talk about. I want to share a few things with you today. The purpose of what I want to do is I want to present a good view of safety and why it is very important to everything you do and why it needs to be. Safety is a process, it's not an event. It's not a matter of take a class and boy, you've got safety. Or you go through one orientation class and you're a safe person. It's a process. It's a lifetime of choices. It's a lifetime, it's a mindset is what it is. There are 7 principles to safety. And I'm telling you it's a process. The question is, what's the process? There's 7 things you need to go through. First of all, safety has got to be an ethical choice. It's the only foundation upon which a true safety culture can really be built. And it has to be a mindset. Safety is a culture. It's not a program. It's not, we've all heard about safety programs, safety procedures. It's got to be a culture. It's got to be in everything you do. And it's got to be from the top management down to the newest employee. Everybody has to be responsible for safety and accountable for safety. Third, management is responsible. It's got to be a vital part of any safety program. They have to be responsible for leading the safety effort by providing resources and demanding accountability from everyone. Awareness of safety doesn't come naturally, so we all must be trained how to work safely. It has to be something that we learn, not we're born with. 5, safety is condition of employment. It's getting to be that way. If you can't work safely, make safe choices, you're going to have to find yourself a new job. Hopefully you do it before you have to end up in the hospital. All injuries are preventable. There's a lot of people that argue with that statement, but it's true. There's always some chain of events that occurred leading up to an accident that, had we known the eventual outcome, somebody could have prevented it. Maybe somebody needed to do maintenance, or somebody needed to inspect a piece of equipment, or maybe a coworker needed to bring to your attention what he was going to do. Somehow, some way, it could have been prevented. And last but not least, safety is just good business. By reducing workplace injuries and illnesses, and by reducing the cost of workers' compensation, medical expenses, potential government fines, we all have heard about OSHA, big bad boys, and the expense of litigation that comes with it, not to mention a lot of hidden expenses, training new workers to take your place. So why all the fuss about safety? Why is it such a big deal? Well, here's some good examples why you need to think about it. You have to ask yourself, what can happen? What's going to happen if I do this? Well, here's a good example. Why you need to tie down your material. There's rules and ways of hauling material and equipment.
Holy
The
cow.
driver's lucky he didn't have a passenger in the seat. How about this guy? Now you have to give this guy credit. I mean, they actually thought about safety, because you notice they chalked the wheels. They wanted to make sure it didn't roll away. Let's not worry about the 2x4s breaking, but let's not let it roll away. They're at least thinking about partial safety.
Oh my goodness.
That one's going to leave a mark. It's why everybody needs to pay attention to what's going on. And ultimately, it leads up to, and I have to warn you, if you have a weak stomach, you're not going to see this next picture. It is a little on the graphic side. But this is what happens when you do not take safety seriously.
Oh my Lord.
So, what's the purpose of all this? To turn your stomach? To make you sick? No. My purpose of it is so everybody realizes that's what happens when you take shortcuts. That's what happens when you don't take safety seriously. So, a properly managed safety culture is based on 7 principles of safety we already talked about. We covered it will produce employees who participate actively in training. They participate actively in identifying and alerting management and coworkers of potential hazards that are out there. And a feeling of responsibility for your own safety and the safety of your coworkers. That's what it's got to be. Basically, working safety is everybody's business. So, with that being said, when it comes to safety, just work it. Thank you for your time.
Okay,
And I'll
Come back
have
up here.
10 minutes or...
come back up here.
Okay.
Let's stay. Okay, we're going to do a quick round robin. What did we like about his presentation?
Like all the pictures.
Like the pictures?
I like the organization, you
Yeah.
said number 1, number 2, number 3. I explained each topic.
Okay.
I thought you knew your material pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
I like the presentation because it was short words, short verbiage.
Instead of having all the words up there, just
Yeah,
start
The
and then
keywords
finish the rest of it.
key points.
I really liked your pacing.
Yeah, I did too.
Like what?
Your pacing.
Pacing?
The pacing, you didn't talk too fast, you didn't talk too slow. You were,
In control.
your pacing was very nice. It was a very natural flow. I like that. What things do we think he could improve on? You know my prejudice, my bias against text on slides.
Number 3?
But with that in mind... and
Those aren't bad.
I changed what I normally do, and I had very short verbiage
Right.
on there.
Right, and those
as
were not
opposed
bad.
to-
Those were not bad.
Opposed to the whole sentence.
I would get rid of most of them if it were me.
Okay.
I like the one where your 7 points came in. But when the one where you have it's like a headline. I can't remember which one it is.
CC is a process of an event.
Yeah.
That one.
That one's not so bad because that's a key point that you want your students to remember, right? It's a process. It's not It's not just today's training class. It's going on the job and doing it every day for your entire career. I like that. That one, what's all the fuss about safety? I'm not sure that adds anything to your presentation. So this is where I would go when you're looking at visual aids. Does it add anything? And if it doesn't, then you can probably get rid of it.
I did that, and I'm just asking, to transition from here to here. Would it have been okay to just go from...
Sure, because then what you say, why all this fuss about safety? And then you go into your pictures. You don't need a slide that says that.
Okay.
That's my preference. It's not necessarily right. I think it's right. But that's just me. Good job.
Yeah, that was great.